We're going to honor our past president, Greg Shevlin. Greg Shevlin, I've got to know over the last year. I've got to know him actually over the last 3 or 4 years, but particularly in the last year. Greg is not only very competent, but he's very savvy. He's very knowledgeable, and he's also a pretty funny guy. And Greg had a unique ability to reach consensus in some of our meetings. As you can imagine, some of our conference calls and meetings with 15 or 20 different trial lawyers with, well, we have a few egos from time to time. Greg had a unique way of bringing us all together and reaching consensus. And for that, I thank him. I learned watching him. He's also been a zealous, aggressive, and very persuasive advocate in Springfield on behalf of our issues and on behalf of injured people. I went down about 3 weeks ago to watch Greg do a masterful job of not getting involved in something. And he did a wonderful job of deflecting them trying to bring Greg into the discussion. Truly masterful. Greg has always been available for ITLA. He's always been available for me. He's ready to slide down the pole from the firehouse for ITLA at the drop of a bell when needed. I often texted him, called him on weekends to pick his brain, talk about legislation, talk about issues in the association. His accomplishments are many. He's spearheaded fundraising for candidates favorable for injured people's rights in Springfield and produced an overwhelming majority of candidates favorable to injured people. He's passed increased mandatory auto insurance limits, prompt pay to require insurance companies to pay quickly and not make our clients suffer any longer when cases are settled. And he opened the courthouse doors for injured people, more so as a result of malpractice. I asked Greg to stay on as President Emeritus for 6 months, 12 months, but he politely declined. He's ready to go back to work full-time rather than having 2 full-time jobs. I am very fortunate to take the reins of this organization for the next 12 months, and thank you, Greg Shevlin, for making sure that when your term ended, this organization was rock solid and pointed in the right direction. I have big shoes to fill. And with that, I'd like to present Greg Shevlin. If you would come up, Greg, please. The obelisk from the Illinois Trial Lawyers Association.
Steve, I was told there was going to be a gold watch, like a Rolex or something. Thank you, Steve. Presidents come and go. The constant that we have in ITLA are the dedicated team of professionals that we have in Springfield. I've been fortunate to work with all of them over the last year. They don't get enough credit for what happens in Springfield and with our organization. We should thank them every time that we see them. They keep ITLA the strong force that it is in Springfield. We had a good year this year, and I was fortunate and pleased to be associated with that. We accomplished a lot, and Steve mentioned those things. Unfortunately, the governor left, but when he gets back to Springfield, he will have a couple of letters from me asking him to sign the other 2 pieces of legislation that we recently passed. Hey, seriously, it's all about timing. It has been personally gratifying for me to serve as your president. And I want to thank all of you for your words of encouragement and for all of your support over the last year. Thank you very much.